Apple bread covered with maple syrup. That'll do. Hello there. Welcome to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I haven't yet gotten to see the dentist. That's in a few days still, so I'm not going to be able to speak, so I'm pre-recording this so that you guys don't have to do without an episode next week. I do have my first dosage of medication from him, so I can at least talk for now. Because otherwise it would hurt a lot. More than it does. Anyway, since I don't really want to be doing too much talking or going on for too long, I think we're going to do something a little special today. How about a special full-length episode of Cooking with ArcWolf? Well, the wolves appear to agree with that. Let's run down to the cellar and start grabbing ingredients. I'm going to want some honey because we're going to be making some more honey gelatin. Hello? Okay, I guess he's upstairs. We're going to want some sunflower grain. Let's grab some spelt grain as well. And I'm definitely going to want some peanuts. And I'm going to need to go collect some more meat. Left meat outside. Oh, well, hope it's not spoiled by now. And let's grab some, if I can click on it, pears. In fact, I want some pear juice. 32 pears to make a whole bucket of pear juice. I actually love pear juice. You often get fruit cocktail and it's either made in heavy syrup or light syrup, but sometimes you can find it in pear juice instead, and that's the best way to get fruit cocktail. Alright, so we've got pear juice, we got honey, we've got grains. What are we making? Well, I want to make some more of the fruit bread because I think the fruit bread is the best food you can make. It hits almost every nutrition and it just works very well. But I also want to see if we can't make an overpowered pie as well. But to make the fruit bread the way I want to try it this time, we're going to make the candied bread first. So we take all, there we go, of our pear juice, and we're going to boil this down into pear syrup. Alright, and while that's going, I'm going to start grinding down the spelt into flour. Because we're going to need more flour anyway. Is there anything else I can start while I'm doing that? I do want to roast these peanuts, but that's going to require a little more attention, so I'll get to that in a minute. And so this stuff doesn't go bad quicker on me. I'm going to throw it into these vessels where they'll get a bit of a spoilage time bonus. I moved the vessel over here, so it's a little less distance for us to travel. Alright, so our cauldron with the syrup is done, so now we can pick this up, toss it back in there, and then consult our guide here. We want might be under basics. We're looking for candied fruit. Candied fruit, here we go. 1 fresh fruit with 1/10 of a liter of its corresponding syrup. So we have 2.5 liters of pear syrup, which means we can do 25 pears. And this will leave us, well, this will give us 25 candied pears. Except we cannot put all that down in one spot. We need to do it like that. Okay, so we'll make 20 candied pears. And we'll be putting the candied pears in our fruit bread, since you can actually put the candied fruit in your bread, and the candied fruit has more fruit per serving. So that means it'll make the fruit bread even better. So let's make this first, and then we're gonna have to make some gelatin. Plenty of water and plenty of bones for that. And that's why I brought up all the extra honey, because the honey gelatin is, as far as I've noticed, the best gelatin you can make in the game. Yes, it's a little min-maxy, but if you're not min-maxing, then, you know, you're not trying hard enough, right? I say that completely jokingly. I really hate min-maxing. If you haven't noticed, I am not exactly a everything must be done the most efficient way. I like doing it the fun way, which often is nowhere close to the most efficient way. But it is more entertaining, especially when you fail. And there we go. 20 candied pears, 200 saturation, 1 HP. Regular pear is 80 saturation. Of course, we did boil down the pear fruit, but, you know, the pear syrup as well. So we do that, plus another 10. That gives us enough to make bone broth. So 1 bone plus 1 liter of water gives you bone broth. It's how we make all of our soups. So we're going to boil this down into broth. And then once we have broth, we can boil it again, if I remember correctly, with another bone. Boil 1 liter of bone broth with 1 bone to make 25.25 liters of pre-gelatin. 0.1 liters of pre-gelatin with a bone and more water to make raw gelatin. And then we add the honey. Alright, pre-gelatin is done. Put that down. That's empty. Good. Scoop it out. I'll toss this back onto the fire. Oh, sorry. Not the pre-gelatin. It's the broth right now. So we do that. Plus 10 bones? Yes. And now it becomes the pre-gelatin. And I'm going to need probably a bit more peat to keep that burning. And while that's cooking, why don't we get started on my second idea. So we need a bit of salt. That's actually too much salt. We only need 4 salt. We're going to want some fat. I think I already grabbed the fat. I did. Salt, fat, meat, and cheese. So we strip the wax off the cheese, and then we can cut the cheese into 4 slices. Grab our rolling pin. Smash the red meat. Make smash burgers. Not quite, but it'd be an interesting idea. We're going to toss these 4 ingredients into our mixing bowl. So with the meat and the fat, you get sausages. Add salt, it lasts a bit longer. Add cheese, now you get cheese in your sausage, which means you get dairy. Which means if you add the sausage to something like a pie, you get additional dairy in your pie. You see where I'm going with this. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but I think it works. So, it's worth trying. Now, you can cure the sausage, hang it, let it age, and it will get benefits. It's going to take 7 days to cure, and I don't have that time. So, we're just going to stick it in here. It's not going to cure in time, but we still get the benefits of the cheddar, the meat, the fat, and the salt does actually give it more HP in the future. We have that. Then what we can also do is, if I can find where I left it, we have flax oil. Okay. So we grab the flax oil, we grab our milk, we grab our spelt flour. We only need 4 for this. And let's grab some of our wild yeast. Spelt plus a liter. Actually, it's 1/10 of a liter per flour. Flax and yeast. This will give us bread that has dairy, protein from the yeast, and I think veggies from the flax. Oh, that sounds done over here, which it is. Let's pull that out, put it back down, pick it up, put it back on. So now we have the pre-gelatin. We put 2 liters of the pre-gelatin in, along with 20 bones. And I need to place that down so I can take out the rest of the pre-gelatin. We'll cook up that in the future. We need to add 20 liters of water to this, and that'll cook down into our raw gelatin. Alright, so let's make up this spelt dough, which has a little bit of everything in it. Can I add more to it? Water, milk, pasteurized milk, soy milk, broth, flour, food oil, bread starter. Yep, okay. I can't add anything else to it. I forgot for a moment there if I could add eggs or something to it. We're going to be using the milk with the flour to make the rest of the spelt bread for the fruit dough when that's ready. So now we can take the dough that I left in here, put that down. So that gives us 810 grain, 120 veggie, 30 dairy, and a bit of HP. Can we now add this? Item cannot be added to pies, so we cannot add uncooked sausage. Is it because it needs to cure first? Oh, that's gonna bother me. Yeah, it takes 7 days to cure down here. This stuff is already cured, but it doesn't have the sausage in it. Not sausage, cheese. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go get me a little more meat. And we're going to try doing a second batch, but without the salt, so it doesn't have to cure first. And one less extra for later. We have meat. So let's try this again. We want 4 bits of fat. I'm having a brain fart. Smash the meat. Cut it into nuggets. Toss it in there with the fat. Got our knife. Cut up cheese. Toss that in. And go find another bottle so I can get rid of the rest of that stuff in there. There we go. That gives us cheesy sausage. Alright, and does this now go in? Yes, it does. So now we have 1 serving of protein in there, which is 2 bits of sausage. We have 810 grain, 120 veggie, 510 dairy, 1000 protein, and 3.2 HP. We're going to put the second batch in there also. Okay, so now we have 2000 protein and almost 1000 dairy. I can add veggies to this, can't I? I can add gelatin to it also. I'm not adding gelatin, but I wouldn't be against adding some cabbage. It probably doesn't sound very delicious, I admit. But the cabbage is pretty good. Definitely has the highest vegetable density for nutrition. So if you're gonna be making a mixed meal, cabbage is probably the best thing. Can we put the cabbage in? Yes, you can. And that brings the veggies up to 1000 also. Which means candied pears cannot be added. Oh, that was upsetting. Regular pears? Regular pears can, but we can't add that much. So 2 regular pears gives you a 160. If we had done the candied, that would have given us 400. So that's what my hope was, because then we'd have pretty high value food there. You stopped. Why did you stop? Because you're raw gelatin. Yay. Okay, we want the honey. We want the gelatin. I think we want water. 20 gelatin. I'm gonna have to double check. I think it's 2 liters of honey and 20 of water. Yes, I remember my numbers. I just realized we could have put the gelatin in with the honey. The honey gelatin would have been much better than the pears, and it would have given us a lot more fruit. Oh, that was a mistake. Why didn't you guys catch that? You know what? If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right then. Let's go butcher ourselves another pig, because I still have plenty. And we'll make more meat sausages with cheese. And this time we will use the gelatin. Alright, so let's make our cheesy sausage for the first time ever. Yeah, that's not gonna fly, is it? Alright, well, we got the cheese. It's a good thing I've got pregnant sheep, because we've used up a lot of cheese today. All right, so we make the cheesy sausage, we throw that in. We go get cabbage, we throw that in. We wait for the gelatin to be done, we throw that in. We make an absolutely disgusting sounding pie, but will fill us up a lot. And I also have to make more of the bread dough because I want to put a topping on it also. Yes, that was correct. I just had a mini heart attack that I did something wrong. 2 cabbage. Is there anything else I need down here while I'm here? Diced cabbage goes into the pie. Grab all this again. So we want yeast, seed oil, milk, and another 2 flour. There we go. Now, once the gelatin is done... Hey, look at that! The gelatin's done. What timing? We can add 2 gelatin to our pie. As I said, it sounds disgusting, but yeah, now we've got at least 400 nutrition to it. Put that on top. 1600 grain, 1140 veggies, 1020 dairy, 2360 protein, 400 fruit. Heals for 13.4 HP. That is mildly insane. So let's cook this up. And we're gonna want to make the dough first. Grab this, grab this. I've got milk already. Okay. And I'm just gonna wait till the oven's ready, pop it in, and then I'm gonna make the dough, and then make the candied paired fruit bread in a moment. I just realized I only have 20 candied pears, which means we only have enough to make 5 of these fruit breads. So there's no point making up more dough right now. What we do is we put the fruit gelatin in with the spelt flour. Now, if we made it with the seed oil and with the wild yeast, the bread would actually be a little bit better. We're going to just do it this way though instead. There we go. And if we mix this, that gives us candied pear, honey gelatin, spelt flour, and milk. Candied pear sounds good. Honey gelatin sounds good. Spelt flour, I've never had spelt, so I can't really speak for it. But milk is good. I feel like Joey Tribbiani. You know, what's not to like? Cheese? Good. Meat? Good. Peas? Good. And our pie is charred because I looked away too long. It's good for a very long time. What is 1 slice worth? 340 grain, 228 veggies, 200 dairy, 470 protein, and 80 fruit, and it heals for 3.35 HP. That is a pretty darn good pie. Since this is still hot, let's toss those in. Only that one there. And I'm going to stick this downstairs for now. Kind of wish you could store the slices on shelves. I think you can store pies on shelves in the next update, but you can't do it yet. Now, we've made this fruit bread a few times, and what we discovered from our different tests is syrup, nice, not the best. That means fruit syrup or tree syrup. Honey is nice, but not the best. The best item to add to fruit bread for the most benefits is peanut butter. Now, peanut butter and apples, I love. I have never tried peanut butters and pears. So I have no clue what a peanut butter pear, candied pear fruit bread would taste like. Kind of afraid to ask. But, before we mix this, 160 grain, 1000 fruit for 70.5 HP. That is awesome. Another 140 grain, and then 15 dairy. And when we add our peanut butter, which includes protein, we add 250 protein, 45 veggie, and a little more fruit. That's one way to make sure your fruit bar stays full. Alright, well, this may be the most overpowered fruit bread I have made so far. I'm game. I will probably do this whole candied fruit thing again in the future, especially for apple bread. Because we have trees that should... Well, okay, apples won't... Oh, hey, look, there's the fox who's been hiding in my house for the past 2 months. It's not apple season for a little while still. But yeah, we've got a few apple trees. We also have drifters. We've got cherry... Ooh, cherry bread. Candied cherry bread? There may have to be a follow-up to this. Candied cherry gelatin? Okay, now I want to go make jello. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go step away for a bit and see if there's anything else I really want to make today. I remember the other thing I wanted to make. Yougert Meal. Place a cooking pot in the mixing bowl's lower slot to get ready. So, we need to grab our cooking pot from it there and toss it right there. We then need our bottle of yogurt. Let's move that. And this has 0.6 liters of maple yogurt. We only need 0.5 liters, so I need to control click, put 5 in. We need 5 items. Let's use pears. We have them right here. Fruit does work, does it not? Or does it have to be dried fruit? It says fruit works. Ah, only needs 1. Got it. And we can add gelatin as well. So we add the honey gelatin, the pear. I wonder if the candied pears would... I used up all the candied pears. I can make more candied pears. I don't know why this is an issue. Pear syrup. This. We have enough to make 5 more candied pears. Alright, let's make a candy pear and then we'll be right back to see if we can't burn another pie. Dang it. I swear, guys, I did actually study culinary arts, so the fact that I just burned 2 pies in a row really bothers me. And candy pears are done. We can jump over here. Add our candy pear. Does not work. I had hoped that would work. We could add peanuts. Peanuts would add protein. Let's do that. This gives us 1 serving of yogurt made with maple yogurt, peanuts, and honey. Which, as 1 serving, is 600 fruit, 260 dairy, 160 protein, and 14.5 HP. That is insane. Like, okay, I have these honey sulfur poultices. You make them with sulfur and honey. And you get 4. They heal for 7 HP. The bandages, the alcohol soaked bandages, which you need the aqua veta for, also only heal for 7 HP. This pot of food will heal for twice as much. So, yeah. I think some of these food items are a little crazy. And I love it. So, let's cover what we've done today. We've burned a few pies, but in the process we've made this vegetable pie. 1 slice gives you 1300 saturation across all 5 categories and will heal for 3.35 HP. The most being from protein and the least being from fruit. We also have this syrup covered fruit bread, which is not actually syrup, it's peanut butter, but let's not split hairs here. This will heal you for 9 HP, which is insane, and provides, let's see, that's 13, 15, almost 1600 saturation, actually more than 1600 saturation in 1 serving. Yeah, the fruit bread's definitely the way to go. Although this is a lot more fruit heavy, whereas the pie was much more balanced. And of course, we have the absolutely insane Yougert Meal, which will provide you a lot less saturation, Okay, it's providing you 9, a little under 1200 saturation, but in only 3 categories, but will heal you for 14.5 HP. Mind you, my character, with pretty much 4 full bars and then almost nothing in dairy, is sitting at 24 HP, so this will get me more than half in one meal. So yes, Yougert Meals is kind of crazy, and I love it. But I think it's a good place to leave off for today. It's starting to hurt to talk again, and I think I have enough. I think I have enough footage for a whole episode, guys. I appreciate that you're, don't mind this. I hope you don't mind this. That's pre-recorded, but yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope you have a few cooking ideas, both in game and real life. Do not put cabbage with gelatin in a pie, please. But thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.